And honestly, I think the worst time to be tucking into some spaghetti is when everyone's calling you a nonce. And we're live.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, you horny hermaphrodites. Welcome back to another horrible episode of Radio Rufus. And for the first time ever, the thing that we say before the intro, I don't really know what it's called. The tagline.
The cold open.
Yeah. Is true. I have officially crossed that Rubicon. I am now of the age where I genuinely did get accused of being a nonce.
It's surprising that it's took this long.
Don't say that. That's just mean.
I was old enough. I looked old enough to get nonce accusations whenever I was like 12.
You got reverse nonce accusations.
Yeah. I'd be at like my friend's 10th birthday party and the other mums would be like, what the fuck's he doing here?
It's a fully grown man just hanging around the cake.
Some mum like elbows me and be like, oh, which one's yours?
Yeah.
Me with a fucking slush puppy and the reddest tongue in fucking history.
Oh, that is good. Yeah, this happened to me. This was in Canada. My sister used to go to school in Canada. Yeah. We were out there recently. She went out with her schoolmates who don't know me. And then I saw her, I bumped into her in town and started talking to her, and they called me a nonce. For the first time ever. I'm officially...
That is such young girl behaviour though. Like, do you remember in school if there just happened to be someone that was even 17 or 18 and they break breath to someone underage?
Yeah.
Even if it's platonic, even if they're a family member, all their friends are like, oh, he's a nonce, oh, he fancies you. Like 90% of the time.
I just want to say I deny the nonce allegations.
Yeah.
I think that's important to state here.
Categorically, or is there any evidence?
Oh, is there any evidence?
I think it's better if you come clean.
You can't have evidence of something that never happened, right? That's Chinese government tactic right there. It never happened and I don't know what you're talking about. Don't Google Tiananmen Square. Whatever you do.
I think regardless of the accuracy of the claim, you should probably lawyer up.
Oh, you think I'm about to get sued by some kids?
Yeah. Well, did your sister defend you? Or did she just be like, yeah, I don't know who this guy is?
Oh, imagine that if your sister turns around and goes, actually, yeah, you are a fucking nonce. Get away from me.
I think that would make it into the family transgressions group chat.
Yeah, that would be. I think that would be a yellow.
Yeah.
You'd definitely be sitting. Yeah, don't get a talking to from the ref for that one. But yeah, that unfortunately did happen to me. I deny the allegations. The non-existent allegation. There's no allegations.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to that. Well, I will be amongst my people when I take a trip to the Vatican next week. Fellow allegation deniers, I think. Not saying anything about that, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's what's up in my life. I'm heading to the Vatican next week to see the Pope election. I don't get a vote though.
That's a bit of shit. Surely I know. If you're going the whole way over
I
there.
thought Christians thought everyone was equal, so surely we all get one.
Yeah,
but no,
the way it goes.
You have.
Well, I'm a Catholic. I should get 2. That's the way it should work.
Nonce, you get 3.
Is there different? You know how we talked about like the sort of like the posh index of skin, and there's levels within the wankery.
Yeah.
Is there the same within noncery?
Oh, you think there are like some kind of nonces who look down on it, who are more of a nonce than another?
Yeah, there's like recruit difficulty nonces, then master prestige
nonces.
Nonces.
Well, there's like Jack Maynard. He's like the bottom level of a nonce.
Oh, is he actually a nonce?
No, but when he was 17,
Cody Coe's probably like
level
nonce.
So Cody Coe is your standard entry level nonce.
Yeah,
that's the nonce 101. This is first year noncing at you.
Yeah.
As in, she was 17. In this country, that would actually be legal.
Yeah,
but in Florida, it is illegal.
He's like one of those lectures you can afford to miss in Freshers Week.
Yeah. It's very much interesting. It's where they basically say, here's my name, here's my email.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
Does first year of uni count towards your final grade in England?
No.
Yeah. So who's second year of uni nonce then?
Yeah.
Where does Philip Schofield come in?
Well, he's a groomer. That's a bit different. I think that's a different degree, really. Same uni, different course, I think.
Yeah.
It's like same department, but
he still fits under the nonce umbrella.
Do you think?
Oh, 100%, yeah. I think he'd agree.
Yeah,
I think all the fucking victims would as well.
It was just that one guy, and he actually seemed. Maybe I've got my wires crossed here and my facts mixed up. He kind of seemed sort of all right.
Maybe I don't know. This is one of those ones where you hear it. I've never looked into these allegations.
No, that's the truth.
I worked at ITV whenever it happened, and I didn't think to.
Yeah, you were getting nonce. Yeah, I have to say, all of these are allegedly, apart from Cody Ko, we know about that. That one was true.
Yeah.
That's not alleged. We know that's true.
I kind of forgot this happened, but they gave him like some sort of desert island survival show on ITV after he...
Oh, Philip, yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
Get him away from the kids, I reckon.
Yeah, but just get him off air completely. Surely if you're a broadcaster and you find out all this shit, you want to just cut ties. You shouldn't be making a spin-off show for your fucking your channel's nonce.
Yeah. I don't know. I quite like nonce on an island. There's a concept though. Nonce Island. Nonce Island. It's like Love Island, but it's just everyone's a nonce.
That sounds kind of familiar.
What are you talking about?
Fucking nonces and islands of a pretty...
I'm losing the thread.
Epstein's Island.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe I... Oh.
There's a clear link there.
I would love Nonce Island as a TV program. Yeah. It's like Love Island, but they're not into each other because they're all nonces. There's no kids.
And they're trying to find the fucking most hairless man.
Yeah. Smallest man wins.
Yeah.
It
kind of sounds like a radio station, like Nonce FM.
That's just Drake.
Oh shit, you spoke about that last week. That's why I'm thinking that.
Yeah. Drake is Nonce FM.
Yeah.
No, so the gradations of noncery. The top is being an actual nonce.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, like, my mum called me a nonce for, like, not putting the glasses in the dishwasher. Like, it's ridiculous. England is the only country on earth where, like, drinking a pint with a straw would get you put under the same umbrella as touching a child.
Yeah.
They're both noncery.
Whenever I first met you and you started drinking fucking lime sodas, I was thinking, this guy...
He must be a
kids.
nonce. He must be a nonce. Yeah.
When do you leave for the Vatican then? You're going for like 4 or 5 days, aren't you?
I'm going on Monday. The first day of the vote is on Wednesday, and it's going to be limbs.
Yeah.
If white
be beers flying everywhere.
If white smoke comes out of that chimney, it's going to be like Box Park Wembley when Bellingham scored. It's going to be pints everywhere. Yeah. It's going to be limbs. It's going to be action. Yeah.
I think that the next pope should be decided via Royal Rumble. And the last pope standing,
okay,
he gets the big hat and the pick of the first draft of Altar Boys.
Oh, they don't. I don't think they draft their kids.
They're gonna fucking start with this system
with the first pick in the nonce draft. The pope.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like the new fucking season of Altar Boys come in.
Well, if they are gonna have a Royal Rumble, there's 4 guys in the running basically. It's an arthritic old Italian.
Yeah.
It's the drippy Asian with a lot of swag, but he's kind of old as well. And those 2 African guys. And one of them's about 10 years younger than the other African guy. So I think I know who's winning that.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. Robert? Yeah, Robert. Pope Robert.
I think there should be like a wild card entry just to spice things up.
What, like a Muslim?
Throw him in the fuck, yeah.
Just throw him in, yeah.
Which Muslim would you put forward? Chunks. Chunks for Pope.
Pope Chunks the Fat.
In fairness, he would look good in those outfits.
It would hide his hairline, that hat.
I don't even know if it would.
No, it probably wouldn't. I would say, you know how we say how like our podcast has the best average hairline of any podcast ever?
Yeah.
I think the Pope is the job with the worst average hairline of any job ever. Right? I've never seen a Pope with a sick trim. Like the sort of Micah Richards spray paint filled in with Sharpie, Daniel Sturridge match of the day trim.
But maybe that's why we need a black Pope.
A blope.
Yeah.
Is the official term. That's the term. That's what's in the scriptures.
You should try and get that to catch on in your time in Rome.
Yeah, what, you think I should go around chanting a bit of Anno Domini and then saying, does anyone fancy a blope?
I don't think Italy, of all places, is the right place for a blope right now.
No?
One of the most...
I forgot he has to live there, doesn't he?
Yeah, one of the most racist countries in history. Well, not history, but going at the minute.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of racism in history. Arguably, history is racism. A lot of it wouldn't have happened without the racism, we have to say.
Yeah, that can be argued.
Yeah. But I know, I'm in favour of a blope. I just want a blope. No, I just want a pope who breaks the mould. Bit different, something we've never seen before. Because usually they're old, white, Italian Catholics.
Yeah.
Whereas, so what I want is a young, black.
Wearing Air Forces.
Yeah. Young black Muslim.
Yeah.
Just the opposite of what we normally have. Someone to give it a bit of fresh air.
Mm.
So I want, well, yeah, Chunks or like Mo Farah.
I think it's definitely an assumption to make, but I don't feel like there's as many black pedophiles. So that also is sort of an opposite. You never see a black guy at a sting operation.
No, that's true. The nonces are always white.
Yeah, they are though, aren't they? Maybe I'm not watching the right channels.
Well, it's like I've never seen an autistic guy with a suntan.
That's fucking spot on.
So there's something going on. Something's in the air. Can't quite put it together. The maths isn't quite, the calculus isn't quite additioning.
Do you reckon there's an overlap with kind of like the correlation between goths and autistics not having a tan?
I knew a guy who was both.
Most of them are. That's what I mean.
Yeah. But he looked like a sheet of A4. Same colour. If anything, the sheet of A4 looks quite good next to him in terms of colouring.
Some people are just like as white as milk. I like to think I've got a bit of sun lately in comparison to previous months. Still pale as fuck.
But the sun didn't come out until you were about 16, I think, in Ireland.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You never saw it.
See people in London complaining about the summers. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so... What degrees did you say it was here?
It's 27 degrees today.
It feels like 57 to me.
What?
I'm not
This is the best temperature.
It's
been freezing my nuts off for months.
18 to 19 degrees is like peak, I think.
Oh, you can't always have what you want.
Yeah, I'm learning that very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, you came dressed for it anyway.
Yeah, I'm wearing a spiffing outfit today.
Yeah, can you stand up and show them your shorts?
Yeah. These are, well, it's funny. Aidan came in and said I look very Jamaican in these shorts today. Which I don't really know what you meant by that.
I don't really know what it meant either.
What are you doing? Why are you smiling? Oh, don't get the Jamaican hat out again.
If you're wearing the shorts, the hat has to match.
They're not Jamaican though. They're just green.
Right, well, I want a seamless transition from as soon as you put this hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I walked past a girl today who clearly she smokes so much weed. She wasn't smoking any weed, but you know when someone just smells like weed,
Yeah.
just all the time.
Did she have dreadlocks?
No,
Right.
because the weed gets stuck in the dreadlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I think she should just chop those off and smoke those because there's so much weed left in it, right? If you're ever stuck.
Yeah. It's been a while from we've had a Throb Marley appearance.
Yeah. Hello, mate.
You can fucking tell it's been a while.
Hello, mate. Welcome to my shop. He's more Egyptian, my Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want Throb Marley's thoughts on the election and who he thinks is a Rastafari
Hello,
should
mate.
be the next pope.
Well, do I keep doing the Egyptian or do you want the Jamaican?
Jamaican now.
Okay. Let me just. The thing is, I have to go around the houses to get back to Jamaica. I have to go around the world. I can't just jump straight that way. So I've got to go through India, is what I'm saying. Hello, bro. Robin here. Today we show you how to defragmentize, optimize your hard drive. Come, thank you. Come again. And then, hello, mate. This is the accent I did when that guy peed in his own mouth in that rugby episode.
It is, yeah.
Then I just do Mexican.
Have you got an Irish?
No, we're not in that bit of the world anymore.
Yeah, true.
Have I got a Mexican in the locker?
I reckon so.
Hola. It's a gay Mexican. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Whoa, one boy. Try Marley back in the building. A black pope. Bloop. Please can I have a bloop. One boop.
Throb Marley would love the amount of candles in the Vatican.
I'd love it. Yeah. He wouldn't be stuck for a lighter, would he? That's funny. Like, you know when everyone holds a candle, they pass it around and they light it one by one. He just sparks a spliff off that.
The holy spliff.
To be fair, like, they light so much incense, you probably wouldn't be able to smell the weed.
Yeah, you wouldn't. That's true.
Like, I think you could probably get away with it.
I used to think incense was like weed. Like whenever I was younger.
Oh, like you could smoke it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Same whenever I was like 12 and I was allowed to use a sparkler for the first time by myself. And I was like, I'm going to put this in my mouth and pretend
Defo
I'm
lighting a
cigarette.
Catherine wheel.
But fucking things just blow my mouth apart.
Wait, I know what you mean. It's like
I was doing like,
you know when it gets cold and you can see your breath and you're like, fuck, I'm smoking. When you're a kid.
bonus points if you have a pack of candy sticks to hand.
Candy sticks.
Do you remember those? Like
No.
the white like cigarette sweets. Why did they give us cigarettes as sweets?
Yeah, those have got to. That's why they don't make them anymore. You can't be selling.
No, you can still get them.
Can you?
Yeah. And it's always with like an Avengers box in front of them or something. Yeah, right enough. We've never really thought about that. Are they going to make like refresher vapes next? Not let me into this.
Vapes are going.
Yeah, very soon. How do you feel about that as a second-hand vapist?
I don't love that phrase. Secondhand vapist. As in like, I breathe a lot of it in, but I've never bought one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you do walk around. I'm looking forward to walking around town without it smelling like strawberry shortcake.
Yeah. I'd almost rather the smell of cigarettes, even though it also turns my stomach.
Well, I think the thing about cigarettes, I think it's actually possible to look cool while smoking one.
It's not possible to have one of those fucking robot dicks in your mouth.
And also, like, Kevin Bridges did a bit about this, where the sign for going to a cigarette is this, right? The two fingers.
Yeah.
Whereas do you want to go for a vape? What do you do? Yeah, but now it looks like you're sort of sucking off a man out of the side of your mouth.
Yeah.
So,
Which I'd argue vaping is equally as gay.
do you think it is actually?
I've always thought so.
Because most gay people I know are big vapists.
Freddie Mercury definitely would have vaped if he was around to see it.
Do you think?
Yeah, he'd have been a big vapor.
He could probably fit a whole elf bar in between his front teeth. that's it's not really relevant. I don't know why. I like Freddie
He's
Mercury.
got a fucking built-in vape holder.
Yeah, exactly.
He can go for the quick reload.
He can stock it sideways in his own mouth. Never mind.
How many vapes do you reckon he could get in that fucking mouth of his? It's huge.
That's true. Yeah. I'd like to do. Maybe we could do that for a game one day. Let's try and ram as many elf bars into your mouth as we possibly can.
Yeah, why not?
That is basically how much Lego can you get up your bum, isn't it?
Oh, fuck, you get a lot more Lego. 100%. Depends, is it already...
How many... Oh, in your mouth, how many individual studs of Lego could you fit?
There's different blocks, so there's...
I'm talking about the individual studs.
Okay. Fuck, I'd say they're tiny.
Yeah, they are pretty...
It's in the hundreds.
Yeah.
360? Maybe more. But the thing is, if you choke once, it's game over.
Yeah, no choking allowed.
Yeah.
You got the gag reflex has got to go.
Yeah. Who do you reckon's best fit in this current fucking landscape to test this theory?
Sam Smith. I'd like to see some Lego in Sam Smith's mouth.
Yeah, why not?
Just be funny.
Did you see, by the way, that Deji's been ruled out for the running?
Bombaclat. Yeah, I know it's tragic, isn't it? I would like Pope Deji the first.
Yeah.
I think he's the first. There probably hasn't been a Pope Deji. I'm not a historian, but yeah, from what I know of sort of history, unlikely to have a black pope. I would say, just from
Yeah, you do have to ask questions at some stage.
Yeah, I think there's institutional racism in the Catholic Church that's stopping Deji from being the Pope, if you ask me.
Yeah, as we said earlier as well, like there's not many black pedophiles.
So, yeah, so it would all line up. And have you seen that picture of the Pope's gaff, like his room? It basically looks like a backpackers sort of Thailand cheap hotel.
Yeah.
And as long as you whack a PC in there, I think Deji would be calm.
Yeah, give him like internet access, a few games of Tekken, he'd be buzzing.
I think he'd be sound. Like, you do have to do some sort of religious stuff as well.
You say a few Hail Marys here and there, but most of the time you're just chilling.
Have a few crackers, drink a bit of altar wine, light a few candles,
Touch a few kids, maybe.
touch a few kids.
If the mood strikes.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few kids. That's what they say. It feels like over the past 2 weeks, I've just been making Deji jokes endlessly ever since he's been on. Thank you everybody for the reception on those episodes, by the way. The
time of recording is almost at 70,000 views.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck me,
it's going to be our biggest episode, I think.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. If there's anyone else who you want to see on, I mean, we're happy to try and make it happen. Obviously, Deji's a personal hero of mine.
Yeah.
A war hero.
A lot of people have been saying, like, where does the show go from here? Because having Deji,
it can only go downhill.
Yeah.
I sort of agree.
Yeah. But if you've got any recommendations of someone that you think would bring us back up to that level, that would kind of...
Yeah.
That you'd just love to see, basically, let us know in the comments.
Let us know. Let us know how you like it. Not, in the bedroom, but just...
I mean, that too.
I mean, our podcast, I'm really talking about. Not like, I please spit on me and look me in the eyes. I don't need to know that.
Also, something I'm curious to hear about, actually, because sometimes people will send you like a photo or a DM or something.
Is it what it's like to be with a black woman? Is that what you're curious about?
Yes, but that's not what I was about to say.
Are you bi-curious?
Is that biracial curious? Is that what you're thinking?
Oh, I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
I meant bi-curious is like, well, I could shag a man if I wanted to, which I sort of do. Right? That's what it is, right? Bi-curious.
I think it's like you're not bisexual, you're not gay, but you're also not 100% straight. Yeah. And you see someone, you're like, just to like...
I've appreciated a set of chiseled abs in my time.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll look at a statue and I'll go...
You've looked at many a cock.
Yeah.
But has that curiosity ever went any further?
No. And I get no enjoyment out of it. It's merely like an involuntary reaction.
Yeah,
it's a reflex.
It's
a reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like getting hit with a hammer at the doctor's and your knee goes funny like that. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
I don't know how...
Also, I don't think that's happened to anyone ever, because no one's ever hit my knee with a hammer and it's gone.
Yeah, give me your knee.
Okay. No, don't hit it too hard.
Is that a straight, yeah?
Hang on. Yeah. I can see what you're trying to do here. Yep. Hit my knee. No, you got to hit this bit at the top of it. Right. Yeah. No, it's absolute bollocks, isn't it?
Fucking land prick. That's why you should never believe medical professionals.
No. That's why you should believe RFK Jr., who has a brain worm.
That's the thing. Like, if RFK Jr. can be in that position, why can't Deji be Pope?
Yeah, I know. RFK Jr. this week announced that he's withdrawing support for heroin users, having been a former heroin user himself.
It's just such a fucking contradiction.
He loves heroin, that guy.
Yeah.
You can't have a Minister for Health who was a heroin addict. You just can't. You have no experience in the game. It's like in my old sister's school, and they had a nun teaching sex ed.
Fuck me.
Sister Margaret.
That's even worse.
Sister Margaret. It was like, you got no skin in the game, Maggie. You got no idea what's going on.
Clue.
She was teaching sex ed.
I don't know who done that at our school. I think they used to bring in this van.
Why did the PE teacher have to do it?
It was usually a PE teacher.
Yeah. But you were talking about the sex ed van they used to bring in.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing back where I'm from. Like, some schools around me had it. Ours was just, they would come in. It was called Love for Life, and they'd tell you about cocks and condoms, and they'd do a demonstration, putting it on the banana. And I'm convinced that 90% of the children sitting in the front row were fully erect, watching that woman put a fucking condom on a banana at that age.
Oh, well, you must be.
Yeah.
I had my PE teacher, Mr. Sutherland, demonstrating it with a carrot. Wasn't quite as horny, I have to say.
I think that's the point where you realise you're not bi-curious anymore.
No. I was the opposite of curious. Bi not interested. I guess. Yeah.
That also is the final message you get from every Hinge match.
Yeah. Oh, I got the craziest Hinge message the other day. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let me see.
I'm not going to say who it's from, but here it goes. Hey, sorry, I've laughed at the first word. This is it. Hey, yo. It's bad news when the message starts with Ayo.
Yeah, always.
Hey, yo, you dickhead. What do you think you're playing at, man? You think I'm a pussy-o? You think I'm a dickhead? Are you tapped? I've got my man on you. Trust. A week you got left. Say goodbye to your loved ones, G. Sorry, I had a vaginal spasm. I was thinking about midgets earlier, ha ha ha. Causes moisture in my nethers, tee-hee. What are you up to, bro? What is any of that?
Did it get a response?
No.
Can I see the profile?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity to see if it matches the... Yeah, that woman cannot be saying half those words.
No, I know. She's not a hood bae, let's put it that way.
Nah. That is despicable.
So just to run through it quickly there for you. Hey, yo, you dickhead, what do you think you're fucking playing at, man? You think I'm a fucking pussy hole? I'm a dickhead. You tapped. I've got my man on you. Trust. A week you got left. Say goodbye to your loved ones, G. Sorry, I had a vaginal spasm. Was thinking about midgets earlier. Ha ha ha. Causes moisture in my nethers. T her. What are you up to, bro?
I don't think a woman has ever texted a man bro and got a response. That's one problem with that message.
Girls, you can't call a guy bro.
Yeah.
Like, although I do regularly call girls that I've dated mate. Just for a laugh. How's it going, mate?
Boss, maybe I might start trying.
I'm going on a date tonight. I might
are you?
drop a few mates in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, mate. Pull a bit of Egyptian Steve out.
What about a pal?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, chat. How you doing, big man? Big man's like,
yeah, boss man, big man.
Boss man, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, safe to say I'm not responding to that.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to the Vatican. Have you got any ideas for... We recently spoke about going on a ski trip. You mentioned going on a posh holiday. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I think I should introduce you to some posh stuff. I'd love to take you around Wimbledon, for example.
I like tennis.
Do you?
Yeah. Playing it.
You don't get to play.
I have a great backhand.
You can only... Yeah, but what about tennis? I've seen you discipline some kids before. You don't get to play, unfortunately.
What happens if someone's injured?
Do you
Do a
think
quick Novak?
they sub in a randomer from the crowd and someone's like specky uncle has to play against prime Novak?
I think we've spoken about this before, but it would be hilarious and it would up the stakes, and also I think the viewing figures of every sport. If someone got sent off, they can at random elect someone from the crowd to take their place.
I think it would be best if it was rugby.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see one of those skinny nerds get laid out.
Some fucking frail old woman that just happened to take in their nephew to the rugby match.
Or just like just a child. just knee to the head.
Some
no mercy.
7-year-old child in the scrum.
Yeah. he has to be in the scrum. That's one of the main things. Yeah. Oh, that would be brilliant.
So Wimbledon, you're thinking?
I was thinking something like Wimbledon, or maybe we go to a golf tournament.
Yeah.
And you've got to wear the special trousers and clap politely when the ball goes in.
What is a polite clap? Like, what's accept? So it's just like, is this too much?
It's a bit uncouth, isn't it?
A bit borderline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross.
Do you not need to be like a member to go to Wimbledon?
No, there's
some guys.
Well, there's a ballot.
Yeah.
Which we've missed because it's coming up pretty soon.
Right.
You can queue outside to get access to the grounds.
Even just queuing outside Wimbledon would probably be the poshest thing I've ever done.
Standing in a park. And speaking of standing around in a park, let's take a postprandial stroll in the Hampton Court Palace Gardens with the next part of this episode. Anyway, our guest today is... Well, he's a TikToker. He's an ageless wonder, just like us. We've got no info about him. This is the hardest guest segment we've ever had to write because this guy is just, he's just an enigma. He's a hair care promotional officer, a local homegrown Bournemouth hero, and perhaps the greatest man-child to come out of the Dorset region. It's Crack Daniel. Welcome to the stage.
Hello.
How you doing, Crack?
I'm doing fantastic. Great introduction as well. I was laughing outside. But I don't know where to look if I look at...
Yeah, you can look wherever you want.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What would you like to look at? We can sort that out.
I prefer Rufus at the moment.
Yeah, you look away at Rufus.
Switch.
Cheers, thanks, mate. You are the first person ever to bring your own snacks into the studio with you. What have you brought today?
Straight from the local Sainsbury's, you have got mixed nuts and raisins by Sainsbury's. Unfortunately, I actually wasn't going to have these. They are unsalted, so they actually were the odd choice to pick. But I was on the way to the studio, and as I was on the way, I was telling my vlog, I was like, I just don't know if I can have them. I don't know if it's going to be my forte at the moment. So I said, okay, I'll give them away to a homeless person. I'm sure they'll digest them nicely. And then I saw a bloke and I said, okay, he looks hungry. So I thought, okay, I'll go over. And I asked and he said, I don't know, I feel allergic. I was like, okay, no problem, that's fine. So I thought, okay, maybe just a food bank, but unfortunately couldn't find a food bank here. So if you do know an area,
Well, that's very honourable. So you bought them with the intention of like, well, I'm going to tuck into these nuts and raisins by Sainsbury's.
I thought to myself, these were like the festival delights. Like I would have these all the time, anytime I went to a festival, because they sauce you like no other.
Yeah, I can't think of anything better during a festival than some fucking trail mix.
You basically just took them for a walk.
Yeah.
Where have you brought those from?
That's from Bournemouth.
That's
followed me all
on the
the way.
hottest day of the year. You've brought a sack of nuts from Bournemouth to London. Oh, that's brilliant.
No, it's a good accessory.
That homeless guy though, like I feel like beggars can be choosers.
Apparently so. yeah.
Apparently, but I feel like he's in no position to make those demands.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe you could slightly pick out the raisins, but I don't know if there's. I don't know if it's just strictly salt.
I reckon there'd be a hint of nut on them. Yeah.
Just a slight hint.
There's a homeless fella outside the Tesco I used to work in, and someone bought him a meal deal, and it was chicken, bacon, and there was lettuce in it. And he caused a row because he didn't like lettuce. If you're not stuck, take the fucking lettuce off it.
Yeah. So, a friend I know gave a sandwich to a homeless guy once. And he went, "No, I'm vegetarian."
You can't be a homeless vegetarian.
I'm sorry, you just can't do the ethics like that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
So before this episode, and you're the first person to do this, you sent me a message of, well, supreme importance to prepare us for this show. That basically, you're a private individual, no info allowed. Hood name, trap name only. Govey is off the map. Off the grid, this guy. You are the first person to do that. It's important to you. Privacy. So crack is the name.
Yeah, I think cracks.
Is that your trap name? Like crack 2 trap?
CD, Crack Dan, DJ CD.
Is crack short for anything?
Not necessarily. It's more of shortness of a phrase.
Well, one of the questions we've got here is, did you pick your name because you like crack?
Almost. Almost, but no.
It was either crack or a trail mix.
No, I don't want to skip questions, but when it comes up, absolutely, I'll let you know. I'll let you know why.
Okay, brilliant. Crack or trail mix?
I'll go with crack at the start.
I like them in combo.
Okay, cool.
Because there's nothing like a bit of trail mix and then a nice bit of crack.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
I reckon you crack and then trail mix just in case you get snacky.
But I think people who do drugs, like I've never seen a fat person who does crack.
That's true.
Because they don't eat anything.
Yeah, but trail mix are healthy.
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
I feel like you lose your appetite. That's a real fact, right? Like people, this is why homeless people don't shit themselves, is because heroin makes you constipated. That's actually a real fact.
No idea.
Yeah. That's why you never see a homeless person shitting.
Yeah. I used to always see them stealing like racks of ribs, and I thought it was
No, that's for trade.
yeah, that's like a currency in their world.
Really?
I wonder how much heroin you get for a rack of ribs.
I've got half a rack in my fridge at home. We could maybe test this out after.
Yeah, and then just times it by 2. The maths is easy. Yeah, brilliant. So that's not your government name. So our questions are: what's your real name? What's your mother's maiden name? And what's your PIN number? If you can give us those, that'd be fine.
I'll start with PIN number and then.
So you've got a pseudonym. Is that because do you harbour a faint hope of one day landing a real job, or what's going on?
I believe it started off as Daniel, and I really suited into it. I thought it's obviously people, when they don't know, they'll just assume. Like you could tell me your name is Rufus, I would never know.
People do think my name's fake.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like everything can sort of seem like, even like KSI. A lot of people don't even know KSI's real name. A lot of people don't even know, like, even weirdly, I was talking to a friend and like AB, someone genuinely didn't know what his name was. They were just like, oh, it's AB, but I don't know what it stands for.
They couldn't piece it together from his Instagram name.
Yeah, because they just saw clips of him, so they just saw like AB.
Ab.
Yeah.
My favourite.
In fairness to the people, Daniel's a lot easier to believe than KSI.
Is Dan fake?
Is Dan?
It's all fake.
Yeah. It is.
You're not even called Dan.
No.
Okay.
I've but it makes sense, you know. I look like a Dan.
You do look like fucking lot like a Dan.
If you were to tell me what I'd look like, what would it be?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah.
No, because Daniel's a bit of a gay name.
I've been given Dylan.
Yeah, I can believe that.
What else have I been given?
I get given ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
You're like a Hugo or something.
Oh, I see Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo.
Wow.
An Oliver, I've been told.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew? No, not an Andrew. I didn't see an Andrew.
I'm named after my favourite prince.
Oh, there you go.
And you're following in his suit, apparently.
Yeah. So you started out, you gave yourself a new name. You're off the grid. And we asked this to all our guests. Why do we strive for perfection when it is inherently unattainable?
Very philosophical. Why do we strive for it?
Yeah. What do you think? Also, how can you prove that everyone sees colours the same?
That's not even a bad shout.
Is the gender pay gap a myth?
Is the what?
The gender pay gap a
If
myth?
the film The Matrix was made in The Matrix, is it still real?
Do you know what the fox was actually saying?
Yeah. Does Drake actually need a one dance? Is he just okay?
Is there a cure for cancer?
How much rug does a rug munch if a rug munch must munch rug?
I don't even know if I could break these down in one list, but I do enjoy these questions. You can carry on.
Yeah, okay. You got any left?
How many inches are you packing?
And my last one is, do you believe in life after love? So feel free to just we ask all our guests those questions. So if you feel free to just have a go at any of those, that'd be fine.
Yeah, that's like our screening process.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. The Drake one, does he need one dance?
Do you think he actually needs a one dance?
Do I actually think he needs one dance? Not at all.
Do you think he's begging it?
Definitely is. A man with a cock that size can't be begging for anything else.
I don't know what is a one dance. I need a one dance.
Just the one dance. I need a...
But he says it so many times in the song.
Yeah.
At the end of it, there's like 46 dances.
Yeah, there's way more than one dance in one dance.
Got a Hennessy in my hand.
I got that bit.
One more
Easy.
time before I go.
Is he catching a wine?
I think he's catching some serious movement. Maybe just one dance.
Okay, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but it's very rare that I've caught a wine in my life. Are you catching any wines in Bournemouth?
Absolutely not. I do not find myself. There are three main clubs in Bournemouth. I'm sure all the Bournemouths will know, but there's Cameo, Barso, and
Hopwell, Bournemouth. I've been there.
oh wow, there we go.
Is Bournemouth not a popular destination?
Bournemouth's
for
a
John Paul?
shithole, I have to say.
I was going to say there's mixed opinions. I think Bournemouth, you find variety in people's opinions because you have this was the best place ever, but you also have I really didn't like that.
I've never heard anyone say it was the best place ever.
Well, I think it depends on what season. You go down in summer. Serious. It's
Mating season, right?
I'm sweet, but it's just strict. The sun is so, and you also got to see it as this is literally the end of the UK. This is like the pinnacle of.
Well, I think Land's End would be a bit upset about that, but
Really?
yeah.
I thought it was you just can't get any further. Like you are at the end of the UK, like the proper bottom. And then obviously you can
Yeah.
You just when you look out you're like wow.
Do you just fall off if you go to the edge?
I'm sure if you swim out further enough there's like probably France out there.
You know that theory that it's like the flat earthers believe,
Yeah.
like when you go up in a plane, the earth moves and the plane stands in the same place.
Yeah.
And then you come back down, so it doesn't actually go anywhere in the air.
I didn't know the answers were in Bournemouth, though. That's mental.
Yeah. Who knew? So you like Bournemouth? Because I have to say, it's the only place I've been in the UK where I've seen people openly doing balloons on the high street.
Oh well, yeah, that's an unfortunate.
It's maybe just a part of your culture, though, is it?
It's definitely got its culture due to it's a holiday destination. So a lot of people come from London just to let loose, and they go down, they have a great time.
For all the listeners there, he did throw up the devil horns with
Just a little party rocker.
letting loose.
Little
Yeah, yeah.
party
He
rock.
stuck his tongue out as well.
Started wiggling it about. No, I've had a couple of club experiences, but I've mainly just stood there sober in the middle of the dance floor, and there's like these couches where people stand up on with drinks and they're throwing up some serious movement, and I was just getting peered on by like some 6'4" guys, just like looking down, just admiring the whole dance floor. I'm just there.
I'm an admirer. Like if I'm in the club, I'm admiring the dance floor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
looking at them all. But there's
I feel like Batman watching over Gotham City. Like I'm standing on the rail,
just in the corner.
hands on the rail, just like what does he say? I came here to save the people.
You probably did say that at some
At some
came
point,
here.
yeah, a famous Batman quote.
Yeah. Get the suit in as well. Go in with the suit.
Gotham didn't ask for a defender.
I'm
Gotham-
The hero. I'm not the hero.
Yes,
man.
yes.
I'm not the hero Gotham needs, but deserves. But I'm the one that needs.
I'm the hero Gotham deserves. Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like the hero Gotham deserves in Cameo Bournemouth. Have you been to the strip club next door to Cameo?
I actually haven't. I've had friends that have told me about their experiences and they're rinsing half their pay cap wage
Yeah.
on it, and they came out either furious or There's have you experienced it?
So I got dragged in there by a nightlife promoter that I knew,
Yeah.
right? and it was so bad. So we walk in there, right, and it was just completely empty, apart from one disabled man, right? It was actually so dead that the strippers were stripping for each other. So there was a stripper like stripping, right? And the other strippers were sitting there watching.
Yeah, it's just like training for them.
Throwing serious cash.
Yeah, so we walk in there. I just pull the fucking full 180. I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I went back to the club. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
What percentage of your TikTok income is spent in that strip club?
I don't think I could spend a dime either. I think I'd bring a couple of 20p coins and just chuck them about, just diss them about.
I don't think you're allowed to.
That's a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like a slot machine or something.
Yeah.
Do you guys take check?
Do you take Apple Pay?
I think they do. I think on
Just
the
hold
door.
a card machine.
Yeah, I think strippers do take Apple Pay these days.
Wow.
Where do you tap?
Yeah, good question.
That is the question.
Just like tape to their stomach a little. What are they called?
Contactless receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, let's start with our first segment today. And this is a brand new segment. I've titled it. I'm not sure what to title it yet, so you guys can let me know what you think of these names. So it's a mailbag. People have written in. One guy's written in with an email. So I thought we could either call it Sack Attack or Banthrax.
Okay, I like Sack Attack off the bat, but maybe with some more context.
Sack Attack, like a sack of mail,
Yeah.
like Santa's sack.
And what was the other one?
Banthrax, because like remember when all those letters were sent in the mail, the anthrax attacks, but it's also banter. So Banthrax.
Yeah, you know what? That's good
That's
too.
not bad.
Both of them has a nice ring to it, but I'm a Sack
I
Attack
like
guy
sack,
myself.
Sack Attack.
You guys are Sack Attack
Yeah.
guys.
Sack-
Okay, welcome to Sack Attack. This is what's come across my desk this week. So, I was out in Brighton for my friend's birthday a while back, and we ended up getting royally wankered at the casino until the early hours. Upon leaving and walking to the station, we thought it would be a great idea to try and find a roof to climb on so we could watch the sunrise with a beer. Now, if there's something that I want to do on a night out, it's climb a bloody building.
And that's what he said.
Doing a bit of parkour
Yeah,
after a
always
night
a
out.
safe shout.
Yeah. I would never do that. That would never cross my mind that, you know what, especially just considering Brighton has an enormous beach from which you can watch the sunrise. I would never go, you know what I want to do? Just scale a building.
Yeah. Climb that big fucking eye thing Brighton has.
I went to went to skiing in France, right? We were on a chalet on the 12th floor, and a guy I know, he got locked out, so he scaled 12 floors and
hell.
slept on our balcony. Like fucking prime Spider-Man.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
That's something you couldn't do sober. You wouldn't
Yeah,
even
you
think
gotta
about
have
it.
that
But with like
confidence
8
to-
pints in you.
Yeah, you need the infinite stamina glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Spider-Man mask. Just all the way up.
Mate, we got in some trouble after that. Because the locals were not happy that a guy had scaled the whole building.
I would say not. Because it's on them. If the,
And then he slept outside in freezing temperature. So we locked the door to our balcony so he couldn't even get in our house.
I suppose it's up to them to clean up his fucking brains if he falls. So you would be fuming.
This guy's like special forces though, like he's not falling.
It is true about the infinite stamina glitch. There's so many times where like maybe a taxi's cancelled.
Yeah.
And you walk 3 hours home. But it's like,
Have I told you about the time I did a half marathon at home?
you haven't now, but feel free.
Yeah.
Did you want the shower?
This was
was it?
This was in Lisbon, 2022. Summer 2022. If you were there, you know about it.
Yeah.
I had chun on my shorts, didn't get let in the club, had to go somewhere else, ended up just puffing darts on the beach with some Australians who were backpacking.
Is that where you learned the phrase darts?
Yeah.
Yep. That
Yeah.
was much.
They were ripping darts.
Yeah.
That was the acceptable terminology.
Physiology.
I saw my phone. I was like, I need to get an Uber home. Oh, it's going to be 13 quid. Can't be spending 13 quid. And I wanted to go on a bit of an adventure.
Yeah.
So I was jogged and then I walked home. And it was a half marathon. It was 13 and a half miles.
How did you? So what? Did you get home and then you were just like?
I got home at about 7 in the morning, so it took me about 4 hours because I got lost as well. Wow. Because my phone ran out of battery, and then I had to nav using the road signs,
Wow.
and I was just walking down like the main road.
People
so-
of our generation aren't designed to navigate with like maps or
I
phone.
made it back.
Yeah, but
eventually.
you did.
That's
Fair play to you.
Few wrong turnings.
Did you get any like dual carriages or any motor?
Yeah, there was. I was basically walking along a dual carriageway, but it was the middle of the night.
Oh.
Yeah, not much going.
And yeah, I did a cheeky half, and then
Just a cheeky off.
got up the next morning, kept going. I reckon if I did that like now at this age,
You'll be on podcast, but like next week.
so yeah. Hardest geezer would be asking me for tips, mate. But like, I think I might actually die. Like if I attempted that now.
Yeah.
So think about it. Two back-to-back 2 nights out, then the half marathon in the middle of the second night out, and then you've got to get up and do it again. So back to this story. He wanted to watch the sunrise with a beer. We walked past a building site with scaffolding. I thought it would be the perfect opportunity. Let's climb this thing. Made about halfway up before we tripped the alarm. And by the time we had tried climbing down, both exits were blocked by police cars.
Fuck, they were on it.
So we accepted our fate and vaulted back over the fence. The second I landed, I looked up to see a giant camera in my face, complete with an entire Channel 4 camera crew. It was at this point that I felt a breeze, and I looked down to see that upon vaulting the fence, I had ripped my jeans and boxers from balls to crack all the way, and my entire cock was on show to the camera. And then there's an email here from Channel 4 just to confirm this story. We hope you are well, and apologies for the delay in responding. We've been waiting for confirmation from Channel 4 regarding the broadcast dates of the remaining episodes. Thank you for bearing with us. So this is a show called Night Coppers, which tracks the police activities at night time. So your interaction with the police will be part of the third series, which is due to be broadcast from the 22nd of April of this year for 6 weeks. So it's out. Like, it started last week.
Yeah, we need to get looking at that.
So it probably wasn't in the first episode. So it's probably coming out in like a couple of days.
You are a world-renowned cock watcher as well, so you'll be all over that.
I don't appreciate world-renowned.
World-renowned.
Everyone knows you as a cock watcher.
Are you a cock watcher?
Unfortunately, unless it's they're in a change room, like, whoa.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just fucking aim assist onto the knob.
No, I'm literally looking. You can't walk through. You're telling me you're not looking at any knob while you're in.
I think it's like there's a universal thing that if someone's like, he's got his cock out, everyone's whoa, like that.
Yeah, you're gonna look, just
Yeah.
yeah. But anyone he's beside in the urinal, like if you take a piss,
It's just
he's seen your cock.
It's not. It's subconscious. Like I can't turn it off. It's just I have to look.
I really fucking wish you would turn it off.
Sometimes you just have to look.
Yeah, if you don't turn it off very soon, you're going to get a lot more pedo accusations.
No, I didn't do it to the kids. That would be wrong.
Oh, that's good of you.
I'm more interested in what like old guys are packing.
Yeah,
because I think it's funny imagining like a decrepit old man with arthritis, but he's got a hog on him.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't introduce myself. I don't move to shake his hand.
Yeah, you have a bit of stealth about you. But it's also
just
like older people. Just they say that you kind of shrink again whenever you get older. Does that happen to your cock as well?
But your ears keep growing.
Yeah, strange.
And nose, isn't it?
And nose.
And nose.
Yeah.
So maybe.
But surely your cock. Like I don't want to think that this is it. Like, do you know what I mean?
But what if it's one of the things that keeps growing, like your ear and your nose?
I know it isn't. It definitely fucking isn't.
What does that mean? What do you mean you know?
This has been growing consistently my whole life. I'm in trouble. Like,
oh god, yeah. Let's get into the news. Now we start with our first news story of the week with the shocking news that Chris Hughes, who is the Love Islander, who's principally known for one of the last great rap songs I think ever made by a white man, Little Bit Leave It, and of course the fact that his penis can touch the end of a pint glass.
what's that a reference to? I'm not familiar with that.
So he was on Love Island, right?
Yeah.
And the whole time on Love Island, he was going, well, my cock touches the end of a pint glass. Not all the time, but he would say it sometimes. It's like, that's his party trick. This was flaccid as well. That was the big... His floppy touches the end of a pint glass.
Did he ever try and prove this?
Well, you know they have those lame parties on Love Island where they have like 2 glasses of wine in a plastic glass.
Yeah.
And it's just not fun, is it?
Mm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They have the party cutscene.
I've never indulged in Love Island.
The producers have to tell them to dance because they're not allowed to drink.
It looks fucking so awkward.
It is so fucking lame. And they were playing this like, I guess they were playing sort of water pong. You know, it's like beer pong, but less fun.
With H2O.
And one of them was a dare one.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, Chris, right, I dare you. You got to get your knob out and prove it. And he did.
Well, they blurred it. Everyone gathered round.
Yeah, they blurred it. Everyone gathered round. And fuck me, it does touch the end of a pint glass.
Yeah.
Floppy. So
I'd like to think, or I'd imagine anyway, that there's more pixels in his cock than there is in that fucker in the Channel 4 documentary.
Especially with that much rig as well, it's like so unbelievably high definition. It's not like it's like recording on iPhone 4 or something.
I mean,
It's just like,
some producers really enjoyed.
I was going to say, someone's had to edit that.
HD penis. Yeah.
You'd really like to think that the editors would do you a solid with the amount of pixelation.
That's what this guy said in his email to me. He was like, I've been trying to get back in contact with them, and mate, I don't mind as long as it looks big. Which I think is a decent... Surely that's illegal. You can't like go around with the police taking videos of someone's penis.
Yeah.
I think they'd have to blur it by law.
Oh, they'll definitely.
I think doing it at all is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Oh, wait, if he zoomed down, then I think that'd be rude. But if it's just strict that and it's in shot, then it's fair enough. But if he went, whoa, and it's out, then yeah, fair enough.
Do you think?
I think that'd be far off.
Anyway, Chris Hughes' deeply personal relationship with former Nickelodeon teen sensation JoJo Siwa, of course. During their time on the show, the two people, so they're 11 years apart in age, but they were filmed cuddling and giving each other back rubs, which is exactly what I want from a TV show. Why do people
So
watch this
strange.
shit?
Big brother,
You watch it. What do you watch?
No, that's the thing. I don't watch like reality TV for the fact that stuff like that is so dystopian to me. I cannot fathom that there's a house with that many cameras. Like, even being here is like making me slightly like nervous. I cannot imagine.
Oh, do you think Big Brother is watching you?
Yeah, it's just like, do they not? Like with all the cameras inside.
Oh yeah, they
all
do. You
mic'd
couldn't
up.
even have a.
They're
wank
not watching you
piece.
right now, but they do in the house.
That's what I mean. It's like, imagine everything you do, even if it's like maybe just you're standing up and you're wiping standing up or something like that. That's been seen. Even if it's not on show,
I don't think they have it in the shitter, do they?
they've still got you mic'd
I'm
up.
not sure.
I believe.
Yeah, you're definitely mic'd. They can still get.
I don't mind that. Then
Yeah,
people
it's kinda
hear,
funny.
hear the force of my plot. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll know. They'll know you're in there.
What do you watch then?
Well, I like. What do I like? I like a bit of Our Planet. I do like a bit of Our Planet, like Blue Planet.
Blue Planet.
Oh,
Attenborough.
David
Well,
Attenborough.
Just
Yeah.
watching them, especially the chimps. I find chimps like fascinating. Chimp skateboarding.
Okay, hang on.
That's a
What season are you on? About?
David Attenborough viewing chimp skateboarding. But no, there's like
Wait, so your favourite genre of television
No.
is chimp.
well, I was gonna say I don't really have a TV. There's a TV in the lounge, but I'm not really in there. The most I'll watch is probably the Bake Off, which sounds very millennial, but the
unbelievable
Bake
stuff.
Off is just like you watch it, like
Yeah.
fair enough. You're cooking up a really good.
Yeah,
No,
after 6 weeks of Bake Off, I'm fucking backseat baking with the best of them. Like,
So am I.
They're getting some pastry out, and I'm looking. That looks overworked. From bit of a crap effort.
I've always
actually.
thought that it's like you look at things, you almost just like underestimate how hard it actually is to nail like a pan of chocolat or something like that. Like they're going so much in depth. But yeah, I don't mind it.
They've
Oh
been
yeah, I'm
building,
not
like,
too much on
a
it.
fucking 3-story cake, and I'm thinking from my sofa that piping looks sloppy.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
never baked something in my life.
Yeah.
You do get so into it, and then you start
You struggle with a frozen pizza.
you start getting fucking Larry with Paul Hollywood and the other. What's Prue it is now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mary Berry packed it in.
yeah. Mary Berry got sacked or whatever.
I thought she moved. Didn't she move to like
She moved to.
Channel 4 or something?
Well, I think like the Bake Off moved, and then they were like, but we've still got Mary Berry, right?
Yeah. She's presenting
we'll-
chimp skateboarding now.
Yeah. So now she's doing Mary Berry's Chimp World.
Yeah. Or orangutans driving. Have you ever seen orangutans driving golf carts?
No.
I haven't, no.
It's one of the best things you'll ever
You
watch
might be
in
a
your
good
life.
man to weigh in on the one gorilla versus 100 man conversation.
Oh yeah, I have seen that, but 100 men versus one gorilla. What would be your take on that?
Well, obviously 100 men. I mean,
You reckon?
I think the gorilla.
The sheer mass.
I've seen a gorilla. I've been with a gorilla, not sexually, but like I've been in the jungle. I've been to the jungle. I've seen the gorilla in its natural habitat. I could take that thing if it was sleeping.
Yeah, if it's sleeping. This
If
thing
it's
is
sleeping.
ready for battle. In a coliseum, the Romans have set this up. You've got 100 average men.
No.
You don't have 100 John Joneses. You've got the average of us three, whatever the fuck that looks like. Probably a freakish
It looks
sight.
like me, doesn't it?
Probably somewhat.
100 Rufuses versus one gorilla.
Yeah.
How would it go?
1,000 Rufuses couldn't take one gorilla.
But we could because it would get distracted.
But you
Why don't
think,
you start-
Rufus,
Like
can you throw a punch?
Yep, but
Even a punch wouldn't be.
I don't have anything fighting back because I've got distraction. So like a couple of other people will run round the front while I shove my finger up its ass and give it a surprise.
And he goes mental.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But I don't even know how you'd even start because they're like
Like one man
massive.
can beat one shark as long as you hit it in the right place.
yeah.
All you've
I-
got to do
I
is just
think
punch it on the nose.
even like a Francis Ngannou punch does very little to a gorilla.
Yeah.
You guys, we're the same kind of. We've got a common ancestor.
Yeah.
They're. What if it's a? No one's asking the real questions. What if it's like a Niki gorilla?
True. If it's an average gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
What does
like
an
nerdy.
average gorilla look like?
What if?
Me.
what if it's like one of those gorillas that just wants to like play League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I actually don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I'm not down for that.
Let's just chill out. Guys.
Pacifist gorilla. Just fucking smoking flat out.
Anyway, speaking of gorillas on TV, Chris Hughes. That's not a racial comment because he's white.
Yeah, like fuck.
So their friendship started when Mickey Rourke deployed a bit of risky chat early doors on this show. So what he said was JoJo Siwa, obviously massive lesbian.
Yeah.
And he goes, "If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore."
Whoa.
Don't really know what that means.
It's definitely not through the power of seduction because have you seen him lately?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He looks like
It's
a
He
melted
then
ball bag.
threatened to tie her up, and then he said, "I'll vote the lesbian out real quick." So
On live TV as well. That is fucking
yeah, on
risky.
live TV. Chris then like basically shut the hateful old bastard down and comforted JoJo. But people think it was just like Mourinho level tactics to get some public support.
Mourinho. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. They claimed the relationship was entirely platonic originally, and then Chris confessed on the show that he would defo snog JoJo if he could. Which I think one of the main problems of this is she's actually not fit.
Yeah, that. But also, I know it's not illegal, but it's still fucking weird, the age gap.
Yeah.
Like, what age would JoJo have been whenever he was on Love Island? Like 12?
Yeah, yeah. She made.
What was she doing again?
She was a teen pop star. Making.
What was the song?
Boomerang.
She had? I was trying to think of the song that she was.
Boomerang.
What
I don't have time like a boomerang. That one.
No, there's one more that she did like to a dance to, and everyone was like, she was doing it in the middle of this crowd.
Well, she was definitely flossing around the time that Chris Hughes was putting his penis in a pint glass. Like, those are not too far apart.
It's such a fucking mental crossover.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was like, I be flossing.
They're about to drop the fucking worst couples album of all time.
Oh yeah, imagine the collab there.
He can rap.
Can he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I saw.
Call me
that.
cashews, nut in her mouth like a cashew. I mean, that's a bar.
Yeah, that's not bad, to be fair.
So then they had a task on the show where you had to pretend to be cats for a day. Once again, who watches this shit? So you had to like pretend to be cats for a day. The only people who took it a bit too far and actually pissed in the trays were Chris and JoJo. And then they covered up the mess in the tray with their bare hands.
That is fucking rank.
Which, at that point, like, is that even a task? Or is it just a kink? What's going on?
It's commitment to the bit, but it's also just strange. Like, no one's asking you. Well,
Yeah,
they are.
it wasn't a requirement. You didn't have to
Well, the
piss.
task was just act like a cat.
Yeah, so like someone for some reason, if you want to see Mickey Rourke with a collar and a leash on, cats don't have that.
Would you clean your own piss with your bare hands for the right woman?
That's such a question.
Yeah,
That's,
I feel like you would. You'd do some weird shit. You'd
I mean,
bury
it
your
depends
shit
on
with
what
your bare
I mean,
hands.
of course, I clean piss with my own hands for true love. I mean, who wouldn't?
it depends on what scenario as well. I don't know why you would be cleaning it. Like, surely if you say you did it in sand, so you just do one sweep cover.
You don't actually have to touch it if you're.
That's what I mean. It's
doing
like, who are you covering it for as well? It's not like you're covering up a crime. It's like, it's just a...
I'm just doing it for the love of the game.
I will do this for you. Just grabbing up the
Is
wet
this,
sand.
Is this a bigger like Love Island autism crossover than the Chloe Burrows Francis Bourgeois one?
Oh, what a great question. So Chloe Burrows did an episode of some documentary thing with Francis Bourgeois, the train guy.
Yeah,
This is sort of like that, isn't it?
yeah. There's a reoccurring theme.
But it has to be more autism because JoJo Siwa has blue hair.
True.
Blue hair?
She did.
Yeah,
She's
she
gone
did.
through the whole
At
rainbow.
some
She
point.
did when she was a lesbian,
Oh, right.
and she's denounced lesbians on live TV now. Apparently,
So then she broke up with her lesbian partner, Kath Ebbs, at the rap party after the filming.
Fuck off. Rough.
Yeah, the rap party, that had me in serious chuckles. I was like reading on the barber chat. That had me
Yeah.
laughing.
Then playing it low-key, they went on This Morning, and Chris said, I think our friendship is hard to explain. It's just a strong bond between two people, just a strong friendship. I think you can have a soulmate friendship. Which soulmate friendship? That's like
But gay.
Well, that's like, oh, you think it's gay?
Yeah. Even for a man and a woman.
Yeah, that's true. Ask if the connection was more than platonic. JoJo said, whatever life does, life will do.
Wow.
Which I think we translate to someone's getting pegged here. I'm not really sure what's going on, but somebody's getting pegged.
How many years do you reckon she set back lesbians with this stunt?
That's got to go back.
Yeah.
It's got to go back quite far away.
I think lesbians have lost some momentum
Yeah.
recently.
She just basically went on TV and proved the phase theory to everyone.
The phase theory.
Yeah, not like the clan again.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say, fucking love trick.
A lot of people accused her.
720.
God Ghost.
Wow.
Yeah. Phase theory.
Yeah, like people
Oh, like being
call
gay.
them the phase,
Yeah.
and then she has a lesbian partner for how many months?
Huge news for Irish Catholics there. Huge. Yeah.
The first Love Islander she sees, she fucking just abandons it all. Imagine abandoning lesbianism for Chris Hughes of all people.
I know. Yeah.
It's quite.
He's basically a lesbian
Yeah.
as a man. He could be a lesbian.
He's very sharp. He's got his
Hasn't he? He's got a clean lineup. Like,
Yeah.
like if a lesbian had that haircut, I wouldn't be like,
No,
oh,
that is actually the classic.
it's a classic
lesbian
lesbian
hair.
haircut.
Short
Because
back, yeah.
well, it's a year 3 trip. Like,
Short back and Chris Hughes on top.
yeah. Well, you just walk in there and you're like, I'd like to look like an 8-year-old boy.
I think the main thing we can take away from this, though, is that Mickey Rourke was fucking spot on.
No, you can't be defending him.
4 days in, he was like, at the end of the show, you're not going to be a lesbian.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
I'm not defending the words he used.
Yeah.
Well, he said that within, what was it? Whenever you leave this house, you won't be a lesbian.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
did say something like that. Yeah. If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
Well, I don't think it had anything to do with him, but a bit of subtle foreshadowing there.
Foreshadowing it. Yeah.
Well, we might ask him who he thinks the next pope will be as we move on to the second most important story of the week after Chris Hughes weeing in a tray. Is the death of the pope. So that's the priorities on this program. After is it acceptable to call the pope Fruity Frankie? Because that's what's in the script.
I think so.
Yeah, after Fruity Frankie, sadly, I think you've got to be a bit fruity to denounce shagging for your whole career.
Yeah.
It's quite the commitment.
That's why I couldn't be. I always wanted to be the Pope, but then I realised you got to be a Catholic and no bitches. Okay, so the voting system requires 2/3 majority, but you can't vote if you're over 80 or you're a nonce. And believe it, there's been quite a lot of nonces. They can't vote.
It's a bad day to be an 81-year-old paedophile.
Yeah, really bad. I think that's a good system. We should have that in this country.
Yeah, for
You can't
driving as
vote
well.
if you're a nonce or you're over 80. What do you think?
I think that'd be quite.
It should be applied to a lot of
I
things.
was gonna say you got to be careful though, because you the allegation in Canada might come back. You might get like a ban on the old driving.
Oh, it has nothing to do. What do you mean?
I thought you said the.
Are you trying to?
I said
say
it should
that-
be applied to driving.
Are you trying to say that nonces can't drive?
I don't know. I thought I heard driving. What was the can't vote?
No, vote.
Oh,
Vote.
Yeah,
Please,
I
I'm
said
so
that it
sorry.
should apply to driving as well, because if they don't have vehicles, there's going to be a lot less children touched. If they're chatting to someone online, some fucking 10-year-old from wherever, and they know they have a drive ahead of them, they might just think, you know what, I'll just have a wank.
Yeah, it's hard to take a kid on the bus,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's a really good
Oh,
point,
mate,
actually.
I can't even name any London buses.
They're about to start naming nonsense.
What do you mean you can't name any?
No, I was gonna crack a joke like, I'll see you on the M2, but that's a bus in Bournemouth, so I couldn't crack the joke. 'Cause you wouldn't.
Someone will know the M2 out there.
Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
buses don't have names. It's just like numbers and stuff.
Oh, is
so-
it? Okay, cool. I was gonna say.
Is this a new concept to you? Like buses don't have names.
No, I've all down in Bournemouth. I've got 1Bs and M2s, but I won't bore you with.
Big fan of the 1B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
huge
mind.
fan.
My favourite pencil as well.
Yeah, I'm. That's some of the worst banter that's ever been cracked on this show.
I felt like, you know, whenever you see Theo Baker lining something up to say something ridiculous.
Oh, that is incredible. The spirit of Theo Baker has just inhabited the show there. Oh,
What's your favourite pencil?
what is your favourite pencil? I'm a fan of the Staedtler 2B,
No,
the yellow and black one with a rubber on the end.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
That's a classic pencil.
I don't know him by 1Bs though. I should know that. Get my knowledge.
I
of
think
pencils.
1Bs are a bit dark.
We're used the type shady characters. I hate this.
Shady characters is actually pretty funny.
We're the type of guys to draw on your rubbers, your erasers.
Or what, the yes and no and flip it?
Yeah.
My
elite.
mate lost his eraser up his arse.
Wow.
Didn't lose it. He knew where he fucking. He knew where that was at.
Where's it gone?
In a particularly frisky period of his life when he was sexually experimenting.
I thought you were about to say a period of school.
Well,
Period 3 and 4.
It was at boarding school. It was at school.
Yeah.
Probably should have been in class. So he was sexually experimenting, and he stuck one of those small one. I have to stress, school rubbers up his arse,
And
but then he lost it.
Surely there's better stationery to be putting up there.
Well, I think he tried all that other stuff.
I wouldn't be going for like a compass or anything. maybe one of them bendy rulers.
No, it's got corners.
I get a curved one.
maybe a Pritt stick or something.
Yeah, Pritt sticks.
Yeah, I
good.
think Pritt stick is a much better
Cap
shout.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could just roll it like that. Roll it up.
Protractor?
Yeah,
Fucking abacus.
That is not a piece of school equipment where I'm from.
Yeah,
You're still using
They had them in primary school back in the day.
So yeah, he lost his rubber up his arse.
Did he find it?
Oh, it must have come out eventually. I see him. Right, let's get on to our next segment now. This is Snatch of the Day. And we're following up on the story we broke in the Deji episode, the Ugandan Mud Wrestling League. Last time we talked, Joe Weller was jetting off to Africa like those talking zoo animals in the second Madagascar film in order to beat up some locals on some fairly unstable ground. That was a pre-fight debate. We hadn't happened yet. We didn't know what the outcome was going to be. Have you watched this?
I was going to say I'll let the video play, but I've got a brilliant opinion on it, to be fair.
Have you? I actually haven't watched this at all. But the Kigali Massive and assorted Ugandan internet melts enjoyers had not yet had the pleasure of witnessing the greatest YouTubers to ever come out of Eastbourne. They said the attendance was 5,000.
The one thing we doubted whenever we first covered this was how muddy the ground actually was.
Yeah, because back in the day, before they sort of invented mud for the mud wrestling,
It was just brown concrete.
they were just getting body slammed into rock hard ground.
At least that's a bit fucking more forgiving on the body.
Yeah.
Also, that kip up was really impressive. That's like a prime Shawn Michaels.
Honestly, I was going to say this whole performance from Joe is just like...
Very progressive.
So
They've got a
impressive.
woman as the referee.
Oh shit, yeah. Joe's not liking this.
I used to have to do
Ooh, sweet chin music.
this. Might surprise you, but I had to do mud wrestling at school. That was one of the sports.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
GCSE sport.
It actually was. We did. Yeah, I've got B-Tech in mud wrestling, and the worst part about it was having to taste the mud when your
Yeah.
face goes in it. It's absolutely rank.
Maybe that's why Joe had to go home sick today.
Yes, he's been eating too much mud in Uganda.
Is that prime? Wow, okay.
A prime man in the middle of the mud
Wow.
wrestling.
Wow,
Incredible.
You just know all those children after were fighting to the death for that bottle of prime.
that was
They all go in
brilliant
for the
scene.
prime.
It is. People take the piss, but there's some impressive athleticism.
The whole thing is so impressive from Joe.
What do you think of that?
Honestly, when I saw it, because I saw like on TikTok a couple of clips, so I watched it in depth, and I wanted to say like, if Joe knows, hopefully he knows this. That is incredible. Like to be able to actually perform moves, because that's what I was saying to like my friends is that in wrestling, when it's like quote unquote obviously fake, I had to break the news to a lot of people that WWE is in fact fake.
Is it?
But
Okay.
But I was thinking like it's not like easy to just chuck someone about and have them land. It's like, yeah, you're sweet. It's like to actually execute a move takes some serious profession. And the fact that he's done that, there's one bit where he like twists the guy's arm. If he didn't execute that well enough, then he could have actually done something dangerous there. So to be able to do all that, bearing in mind, I don't think Joe's done any sort of actual wrestling.
Training.
Do you know what I mean? Like he's done no sort of like actual training. He's just like dotted about on a mattress with Elliot. So I like
The number 3 black person of all time, Elliot
Yeah, I
Crawford.
I just think
Yeah, I put him on that list. He hasn't written to me to confirm whether he's black or not. So you think he's been practicing with Elliot Crawford in the bedroom?
well, I think to perform moves to such level that you're not actually hurting the other bloke, you can't just, because he's done it with pillows obviously, but doing it on Elliot,
You're making it sound so gimpy.
Yeah.
You know, like cushions in the living room. As a surprise segment, we're actually going to allow you to do a wrestling move of your choice on Rufus.
Oh,
Are
there
we?
you go.
That was a surprise to both of us.
What are you going for?
Oh no, that's unfortunate. I actually don't know
you can if you want.
I know a suplex, that's all.
I don't think you could execute a 619 in the studio, but you can try.
I might.
What is that?
You need.
I don't know anything about wrestling.
Yeah,
Mysterious
unfortunately, I'm lost when it
move.
comes to WWE. I'd never had that in my life.
Could you lift Rufus above your shoulders?
I believe there could be a bit of. There could be.
Could you fireman's lift me, do you think?
I can, I reckon. Right.
Where do you want me?
Well, I'm gonna come under there.
Oh, yeah.
Grips up.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
lift up. Ready?
Yeah, ready, yeah.
3, and make sure you please do not. Yeah, if it don't bang your head or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, yes!
And then, but I don't know
Where did you get all that buns?
Yeah, I do actually. I've got a bit of cake on me, to be fair.
Serious cake there.
Wow, that was impressive. Anyway, congratulations to Joe Weller. I don't think anyone wins. I think everyone loses and wins in that format. So congratulations to Joe Weller, and thanks so much for coming on Crack.
No problem.
We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your trail mix. After the conclusion of this episode, maybe get a bit of salt on those unsalted mixed raisins and nuts.
There's someone in the office upstairs allergic to nuts, so if you want to have a bit of a prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An EpiPen prank.
Yeah.
Those famous ones.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on. If there's anything you want to plug, feel free to look down the lens and tell the people all about it.
Does anyone want the trail mix?
No, yeah, if anyone wants any trail mix.
Well, I've logged the whole thing, so to hear my insights on the day, my YouTube is correct, Daniel.
We appreciate it so much for you coming on. Make sure you check him out. And we'll be back again next week, probably. We never leave. That's the thing. No matter what happens. Even if the studio got nuked, we'd find a way to make it happen.
I haven't left the studio in like a year and a half.
From beyond the grave, we'd make this happen. That's what we do. In spirit, in love, and in all things holy, we'll be back again. Back to you in your house.